with speed, as Larry talked about. They need to make significant changes to their car, as you heard Frankie Stoddard telling Ralph.
Yeah, they're hoping for a caution early, too. They don't want to be out with this setup for 15 or 20 laps.
Three cars lined up for 400 miles here for the Coke Zero 400. Richard Petty won here 10 times, Cale Yarborough 9 times, David Pearson had 8 Daytona wins, Fireball Roberts had 7, and of course among the winners here, our old buddy Benny Parsons won the Daytona 500 in 1975. 122 races here have produced 52 different race winners. 11 of them are in the field tonight. There are 7 former champions in the race. The pace car to pit road. 1 year ago, the finish of this race too close to call. All DEI front row. Paul Menard and Mark Martin. Green flag in the air. They are wide open at Daytona.
Hello everybody and welcome to the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race here at the Coke Zero 400. Yeah, we're not running the bottom. Not because we're loose, but you'll catch on to why. You'll see with the inside lane what they do when they're down there in 3 and 4. But we are trying to keep Carl Edwards from passing us.
Clear. 3 wide now in the middle. Hold it tight here.
Oh, bad entry. See, that inside lane just drops off. Trying to get Clint Boyer here to go so we can get past Carl Edwards though. But if we have to, you know, let off or anything, it's not necessarily a... I thought we were clear. It's not necessarily a bad thing if we have to let off because we're gonna, you know, be short on fuel. Like out of the get-go, it says you're good for 63 laps, and then as soon as you start driving, it's like 48. It says 48 right now, but it's gonna go down again. Because I also remember in the spring race or the Truck Series opener, we were gonna be close on fuel at just 40 laps, let alone 48. So. I don't know why they let up so much in 3 and 4 though. So it's really going to come down to the pit stops. So there might not be the most action in this first part, but we could use a calm super speedway race if I'm being honest.
Stay high. Clear.
So we come into this race as the point leader, 38 above Carl Edwards, but obviously, you know, he's going to drop actually quite a bit once the chase hits because he don't have a win.
Clear all around, all clear.
Yeah, see, Gordon just slowed down a ton. Whoa, Jimmy, you got to run on us. I was just trying to follow Clint Boyer. I wasn't even aiming for a block.
4619.
We'll go to Chicago next for Nationwide and Cup. And then we got Kentucky in the Truck Series. Yeah, that's about all I can think of at this current moment of anything relevant news related to the series. Are they 3 wide in front of us? No. Jimmy's just running a higher groove, I think. Nope.
Clear all around, all clear.
Yeah, Clint's gonna probably end up with the most laps led today because we're just chilling. I like that they don't want to run the bottom, because 3 and 4 was a nightmare the other day in the nationwide race. Lost it almost twice. The second time is what killed us. I was rewatching that race, and something that I thought of was the Talladega race. I believe it was the spring race in the 07 season. We made a little contact, and it was saying no damage to repair. Like, it didn't say repair damage. It didn't give me an option. But when it happened, you know how, like, if you hit the wall or something, you'll see maybe like the edge of the hood pop up a little bit in the cockpit view, or if you're on the roof cam. I personally like to ride roof cam, only because I'm 6'4", and until I can figure out how to use the cam hack in the cockpit, it's very difficult for me to drive in, because it's just not what I'm used to seeing outside of a car. Like, normally I can see over the the windshield, whatever, and that's beside the point. But you can see that it looks like there's some damage, but it shows no repair and damage and all that stuff. That's what we kind of had after we bumped into whoever it was under that. I think it was Robert Richardson. And it made me think back to that Talladega race, and we were so slow. We were competing for a win, and the next thing you know, we barely hung on to the top 10, if that. And I think that's what happened, and that's why we couldn't stick with the pack. But wow, Kyle Busch is 43rd and about to go a lap down. What is going on with Kyle Busch and these ratings, man? He's having a horrible go at it at times. Like, where is he? He's 8th in the points, but he hasn't won anything. I think he had like 8 or 10 wins in the Sprint Cup this year, and I think it was 10 in the nationwide and maybe 8 in the Cup. But he's not doing jack, no pun intended, on the car in front of us. So we just gotta hope Clint Bowyer makes the smart pass to get around Kyle when we get there, because it's probably gonna break this pack up. Either that, or we're just gonna absorb him into this pack.
Clear all around, all clear.
If you could hear that, it's my guinea pigs picking on each other. Ooh, we're gonna hit a hard shot there. Kevin, I need you to back off for a second so Clint makes the right choice.
46,
Go to the bottom. There you go.
outside.
I'm gonna run up here because Clint should
Clear
come
all
up.
around, all clear.
There he goes. We got a massive runoff at turns 1 and 2. So it's saying we gotta go. We can only go about 31 more laps. So that's right about where the trucks were in the opener. So,
Clear, clear.
yeah, we're gonna be pitting probably around lap 40. So that'll just be a small amount of fuel, but I want to make sure that we adjust the recommended amount, because I have a feeling they're gonna short us on fuel with that. So, because they'll probably say only a splash, but once we get going, the fuel's gonna drop, and we're gonna
Inside.
be in a bad spot.
Still there.
Wow, Kevin had a hell of a run.
Stay high.
Is he gonna stay low? Yeah, he'll go to the bottom, so yeah. We'll probably overtake him.
Stay high. Here. Yeah. Clear all around, all clear.
What are we on? We're going on lap 12. Obviously, Clint Bowyer is the leader. We're second. Junior's third. Harvick fourth. Jimmy's fifth. Mark Martin's up here. He's in sixth. Carl Edwards, McMurray, Kurt Busch, Greg Biffle
Clear,
are your top 10. Anything notable? Where's Quapple?
Outside.
He's, oh, Junior. I didn't realize he said outside. Heart attack.
Still there.
Robbie Gordon's 31st, so we gotta focus up now because we got Junior on our outside. Sorry if I yelled real loud there. Did not mean to. I got surprised as all hell that Junior was out there.
46, 459. Still there.
Yeah, something must have happened to Kyle, or he fell off the
3 wide
pace.
now in the middle.
Because he's right here with this pack.
Inside. Outside. 3 wide now in the middle. Inside. Here. Outside. 3 wide now in the middle.
Took us a little while to get past Carl Edwards when this happened, so don't think we're gonna be
Still out there.
stuck too long, hopefully, like this.
Still out there.
Got a good run.
Here.
We'll shoot the 07 ahead.
Still
Yep.
there.
Forget how we got it to
46.
work to get us past Carl Edwards. Well, maybe we'll just tuck in.
Clear all around. All clear. Inside. Stay
Maybe
high.
it worked something like that. Carl Edwards tried to make the pass. We let him get in front of us, and then we scooted past him.
Still there.
It's not like it was that long, though. I just can't remember.
Inside. Still there.
Follow Clint here on the outside. Junior should fade. There he goes. Don't know why it does that, but it's definitely the contributing factor to why this is probably a boring Coke Zero 400.
46, 176. You'll get it, buddy. You'll get it.
But from a driver's perspective on this season with super speedways, 4 for 6 have been rough races. It's not like it's unwelcome to be able to just be a little stress-free. Mark Martin with a big run there on the bottom, but
Still there.
he'll hit the invisible wall
Clear all around. All clear.
that seems to be on the bottom lane. Kevin Harvick, he's going to make a shot at it. No, he's... Oh, yeah, he'll probably get under us, but I don't... Yeah, he's not going to be able to make any type of pass.
Side. Side.
What are we on? 16 of 48.
Still there.
So we'll probably do something,
Clear. Clear.
again, similar like we did the other day in the Nationwide. Probably do some impact action shots. You may have already seen a few of them, so we'll probably do something similar to that again throughout this race, just because, you know, not a lot going. Wow, he really slowed up a lot.
Still there.
Junior actually got to run through that turn. That was interesting.
46, 498. Still there.
Tony and Junior, just like in real life. Dave Blaney's up here now. What is going on? Not gonna shoot to the middle just yet. Let's see what happens.
Still there.
But if Clint goes to the bottom of Junior, we're gonna, obviously, we're just gonna line up with Dale.
Still there.
There goes the inside lane.
Clear. Clear.
Oh, he went to the outside.
Here. Here. Side. Side.
So that's what we'll follow.
46, still there.
Junior gives me the broom.
Still there.
Bobby Labonte. Yay, he's up here.
Stay high.
I think we've discussed that before. We have a weird thing going with Bobby Labonte. I don't know.
Still there.
Okay, should get past him after 3 and 4.
Still there.
Go to the outside of Junior.
Side. Still there.
Back up to Clint Boyer.
Stay high.
I believe he won a Pepsi 400 in our series, not in real life necessarily, but which one did he win? Was it 06? As a rookie, I think he won that. I don't know if he's been to victory lane since. Has he? Not in the Cup Series this year, anyway.
3 wide.
3 wide. That could be interesting.
Still there.
Being up top 3 wide, the middle group gave out the bottom 2. Wow. So they're just not going to race me side by side in 3 and 4. So I just basically have to get next to them, and that's it.
46, 402. You'll get him, buddy. You'll get him. You're at him down.
Man, it's so... Ugh.
Inside.
Just, it's weird when like you're the only driver in the field. And yeah, we're not AI controlled, we're, you know, human being, but when you can possibly have 6 wins, one guy has 2 and the rest all have 1, like, I would really love it if we could get it, you know, where it's like the Nationwide Series. The Nationwide Series has been tough, and it's been a ton of fun, even though it's been times where it's extremely frustrating. Wow, good save. Yeah, I mean, I think there's Cup mods that run with the GNS physics, so I was going to go back to Cup physics for 09, but maybe like 09 or 10 will run GNS, since we won't be having other series in it. It'll be an experimental time. We can see if we can find something that gives us that real good challenge and, you know, type of racing. Granted, you know, what are we on, race 18? In like 8 more races, it's going to get real tough with 11 other drivers, because the chase drivers are going to be bumped up, 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 up.
Still there. 46, 539. Still there.
Kind of in retrospect, I'm thinking maybe if we team up with Kyle Busch, because he's tail end of the lead lap. Well, he's still a lap down, actually. He's behind Jimmy. That might actually be our best bet, because then we could be leading laps and still, you know, pushing a car. We just got to get in a window to open for us to get past Clint Boyer. I want to do it on the outside. I didn't have the move lined up. I was going to do it. Oh, got him. But, Kyle's on the bottom.
46, 438, they hide. Here, still there. Here,
Looks like we're just gonna follow Jimmy here for a moment.
still there. Here,
Can we get down here?
Stay high.
Allmendinger's sneaking up, so hopefully the middle group.
3 wide.
Kyle goes high. He doesn't go high, he goes right to the bottom. Why?
Clear. Loud side.
Kyle, I'm trying to help you. Help yourself at the same time. Because you would actually be very beneficiary to us if you got out front.
46, 6, 8, 9. You'll get him, buddy. You'll get him. You're at him down.
We only have a few more laps before we pit to try to figure this out. Clint Boyer's making a charge to come back. Definitely has a fast car.
Loud side.
Give Kyle a good shot. Whoa, he was wiggling around too much. I didn't want to do it.
Clear all around. All clear. Outside.
Dave was coming. Kyle, what are you doing, dude? Wonder if he's going to be pitting.
Stay low.
I would like to be out front when those start.
Still there. 3 wide now in the middle. Clear.
So I think we have a couple more laps before it does.
Stay low.
Give Jimmy Johnson a shot.
Still there. 46.
16 more laps.
Still there. You'll get him, buddy. You'll get him. You're at him down. Stay low.
3 wide. Yeah. At least that's what my mirror looks
Still
like.
there.
Alright, we can slide up.
Still there. Clear all around, all clear.
It's like we're just kind of breaking up the, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Back to the front, back to the front.
Outside.
Dang, I can't remember what people have called it. A conveyor belt.
Halfway this time.
It's like a conveyor belt with the leaders back and forth, back and forth.
Stay low.
We're definitely breaking that up by just pushing the leaders, whoever's leading at that time.
Still out there.
But I gotta say, I'm actually really impressed that Clint Boyer can hang up here still. He's not, you know, falling into that typical pattern that we see at super speedways. The handling must be going out on their cars real bad that they slow up that much even now on the middle groove. Because they didn't do it at all earlier in the race. At least not that I can remember.
3, 4, 1, inside. Stay high. Still there.
It's funny, like, I can't remember a lot of things as they're happening live, but then I look back, I'm like, yeah, I remember that. But I can't remember, like, if I'm trying to talk about something, like, it's just funny. Kyle under Newman? No, we're too wide. I think
Clear all around, all clear.
lap maybe 35. Allmendinger's actually really breaking up the conveyor belt theme too, which is odd. He must be pretty fast. Here comes Harvick. But yeah, I think around lap 35 we're going to go to the outside of Johnson if he's still our leader.
Inside.
And we're going to try to
Still
lead
there.
this show for a little bit. And
Still there.
that way we could be out front when the pit stops start, so we don't run anybody over. But what I'm afraid of is pitting and then losing the draft.
Inside.
Allmendinger, that's the kiss of death to try to pass on the bottom, bud.
Stay high.
Well, I guess unless you dive from the top lane in 3 and 4 down to the bottom, you should be okay, but
Stay high.
oh, there's a bit of a gap behind us.
Stay high.
Wow, AJ Allmendinger powers past Jimmy Johnson and takes the lead.
Inside. Stay high.
Ryan Newman and Denny Hamlin go with them.
Still there.
We're going to push Jimmy.
3 wide. Hold it tight.
3 wide might not be our friend though.
3 wide. Inside. 3 wide. Side. Inside. 3 wide. 3 wide.
Unless that happens where the 2 bottom lanes slow up.
Side. Here. Air. Stay high. Here. Air. Clear all around. All clear.
Johnson goes to the bottom. We're going to go with Allmendinger. We'll push him around
Inside.
as a consolation prize for at least saying he would drive for our nationwide team before we ripped up that deal and just decided to go full time for ourselves.
Here. Air. Still there. Clear. Clear.
I thought about putting Allmendinger in a race and just broadcasting it, but we're not mathematically out of the championship hunt still. I mean, we have, you know, Mount Everest to climb. Dang.
Offside.
Ryan Newman, I saw him at the last second. We have Mount Everest pretty much to climb, though, to get back into contention in the Nationwide Series. So, while we're not mathematically eliminated, we're pretty much mentally eliminated. Denny's going to put us 3 wide.
Still there. Stay low.
Kevin's going to move to the outside. Ryan's going to move down.
3 wide now in the middle. Clear, clear.
Wow, Ryan didn't fall off.
Still there. Still out there.
Can we push Ryan Newman back past AJ?
Still there. 46.
Gonna try.
Still there. 3 wide now.
Yeah, Ryan Newman. That might be the first pass we've seen the entire race where the leader passed on the bottom like that. That was impressive. And he pulled us right there with him, so that's good. We're pretty much right on schedule for when we want to be in the lead, just because we're still hanging right up here with these guys.
Clear all around, all clear.
And if you're close to the front, yeah, have a shot at it. So we're gonna make our move in about 2 laps. I just got to keep people off of my outside, so we're gonna protect the outside groove fairly intensely, just because it's, you know, it might not be the finish, but it's the setup for pit stops for us. There are small, like, indicators that you know they're going to be pitting, but sometimes they're subtle, and when they're in a pack, sometimes you just don't know if it's a, you know, a racing thing or it's an actual pit stop thing. So me personally, I want to be in the front when pit stops start. And if we can, no Bobby. And if we can, you know, try pushing Ryan Newman to get a little bit of a gap, that would actually be good, because, you know, since I don't know when they're pitting and if they all pit at the same time, which I don't think all 43 are going to pit at the same time, but should they, we could have a problem with the draft coming out. We won this race a season ago. Ironically, I think it was actually Ryan Newman who was the slow car. And then, you know, we rode probably maybe too hard below the yellow line. But we were like maybe like a quarter to a half a car length under it. So I kind of felt bad about it. I never thought a racing game winning would make me feel bad, but it was probably the first time. Second time felt a little It was obviously the dirtbag move we made on Robbie in Sonoma. This is the turn we're going to try to overtake Ryan Newman. Crazily enough, the guy we have behind us, who we're hoping will push us, not maybe physically, but just giving us some draft, Carl Edwards. We haven't actually attempted to pass for the lead, so I don't know how this is going to go. Did we even lead that lap? Nope. Dead heat at the line. We might not even be able to pass the leader now that I think about it. Wow, we're really getting sucked back from that move. Alright, we got to run again on the backstretch. Well, we don't slow up like the AI does in 3 and 4, so maybe the bottom groove will be better to pass. Give me some room, Newman. Got a little nervous there. This lap we should be... Ah, crap, we went high. Nope, we let it. Alright, so we gotta go. We're gonna add 1.5 cans. Yeah, because one can should be good for 20 laps, so we can go 1 can. No tires. Now if Ryan hits that invisible wall there, we should be able to clear him finally. Now, are they going to slow down more for pit in? I don't think so. No, I don't see anybody going to pit road. So now we're just going to play some defense. Is that Juan Montoya? It is. other than the 07 500. I don't think we've ever spent this much time. Nah, I think 06 actually we did too. Never mind. 06 and 07, we spent a lot of time up front. It wasn't, I don't think, too eventful, but the 08 one was pretty eventful, I feel like. Not because there was like a big crash or anything, but just the pack racing was pretty intense. Which is why I'm a little bit disappointed in how bland this race is. Because we couldn't even really pass the leader in the 500. Alright, should we pit? Elliott Sadler's the only car up ahead, so Johnny Johnson, Dave Blaney and Jimmy Johnson, it looks like pit the last time, so we probably can make our stop now. We're gonna let off. Jeez, it's so bouncy.
Outside. Clear.
Gentle, gentle, gentle. Man, I wish I could do that.
Easy.
Where did we start? Third. I don't see my stall. There it is. They're doing fuel only. I was expecting them to take 2 tires, to be honest. Come on. We were taking 1 can. Is what it recommended, too. That's above the yellow line there, buddy. Guess we can go on that. Man, they can really whip around here. Alright, we're on this little banked piece. We should be okay now since we're just coming up to speed, not dropping off of the high-speed banking.
You're clear.
You gotta be kidding me. We lost that much time? I didn't think we were that far behind them. On pit road. We might all bunch up, I don't know. I hope we do. Johnson, go ahead, go past me. Please hurry up and make this pass. We need a drafting partner. I'm trying to let off just a tick. Let's give him the position so we can draft with him. That's incredible. We got 2 pit stops without even wrecking, so that's cool. The 15's coming fast underneath.
Still there.
We're 35th at the line. Oh, there's a lot of cars in front of me. And if the bottom stalls out all the time, it's going to be interesting. But there's also not that many laps left. Alright, we got the draft of these guys up here, so we're going to peel off of Johnson.
Still there.
Because we can't sit there for long. I'll be really disappointed, but not surprised if today goes up in smoke. As far as a good finish. 25th? What the hell?
3 wide.
3 wide? Alright, well the leader's pitting, so that means there's still some cars still out here, so that's okay.
Still there. 3 wide. Inside.
Got a good run with Reed here.
3 wide. Inside.
I want to be up top though, which is something I can't believe I'm actually saying, considering.
Inside.
Wow, we are slow.
Still there.
Must have been because they caught Terry Labonte.
Hold it tight here. 46, 47. Hold it tight here.
23rd.
Hold it tight here.
This
Hold it
is
tight here. Inside.
unbelievable.
Stay high. Here. Stay high. Side. 3 wide.
I mean, our entry into pit road was obviously slow, but I don't know how theirs was so much faster. Like, if I go any faster, I usually spin. Braking, I'm there.
3 wide now in the middle.
I knew that bottom's going to slow up, so I'm taking advantage of it.
Stay high. Clear.
We'll work with solder.
5 laps left inside.
We got 5 laps. We're in 14th, so this will be 13th.
You're way better than these guys. Now just make your way through.
So now if we just draft with Johnny, maybe we can catch that pack up there.
Still there.
I hope we can. How far up the road are they? They're 3.9. Still 3.9. Let's see if we can close this gap. Now they're 4 seconds now, so maybe 3.9, 3.8, 3.7, 3.6. Denny, I'm blocking you, dude. Stop it.
Inside.
We gained 4/10 through that turn.
Still there.
4/10 to turn.
You're doing good. Still there.
Now we're 3.7 now because they're all racing. We're never going to catch them because these guys just want to keep doing stupid things.
Stay high.
It's frustrating on super speedways because they won't single file to catch packs, so then you're screwed.
Still there. Outside. Clear. Outside. Inside. 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 Clear. Clear. Outside. Yellow's out. Yellow's out. You're clear if you need it.
Or you do that.
Yellow is out. We got it.
So this is going to finish under caution.
You did the right thing, bud. You did the right thing.
Stay behind me.
Heavy
I want that
right side
spot.
damage. I'll watch him.
I'm going to just block. I think it's Paul Menard. Yeah, it's Paul Menard. I'm just going to block him to the line.
Closed at this time. It road's closed at this time. Yellow's out. Yellow's out. Safeguards on the racetrack.
39th is where we're going to finish, more than likely. Alrighty, so for this first one, we're going to just do, you know, TV Cam 1, live speed, and see what happens. Because I haven't even seen what all happened other than how we started it, but yeah, that was, you know, the gist of everything right there. So let's break it down a little bit. Alright. Okay, so we're coming off of turn 4, or 2, and you'll see the 41 starts to come up. And I was going to try to push Sauter past him. But then I noticed that he's not going to actually try to make that move because the 41's already, like you can see where the 41 is, where we hit. In slow motion, it's a lot easier. So I know he's going to hit the wall, and we veered off, but we veered too hard, and we caught Denny there. And then it just shot us back up. Let's turn this bad boy around. Yeah, then we caught Greg Biffle on the wall. And then I made a mistake, and I went to second gear, and I meant to go to fourth just to try to, you know, lower the RPMs, get in the gas. Casey hits us there. Does Boris get us? Boris gets us there. Well, that's why we were able to stay ahead of Menard. He spun too. And yeah, I meant to go back from third down to fourth to lower the RPMs, get in the gas a little bit, you know, and not spin the wheel so much. But I accidentally shot it down to second, and the RPMs were already pretty high in third. And it's the same mistake I made a couple seasons ago, shifting down to second, and the car shifted to the right. And yeah, we ended up wrecking out that race, I believe. Gonna look at it from the free cam view. There's where we swerve off. Catch Denny. Denny's up into Sauter. Biffle kind of gets us airborne there. Not his fault. We slammed into him. Quapple gets hit by Denny there, but it looks like he saves it. Yeah. Allmendinger turns Casey Kane. It actually wasn't as big of a crash as I thought it was going to be. Casey backs into us. Boris clips us there. Menards gets turned, but I think off the nose of Kenseth. Biffle still sideways. Yeah, that smoke is thick. And then here comes this little pack here. Let's see if anybody there gets collected. We should be able to see through the smoke by this point. Yeah, we can. Anybody make contact here? They'll split Biffle. And I think they'll split that pack too. So yeah, that was about it. So only really like 4 or 5 cars really were impacted in this crash, which is crazy considering we were in that little mini pack there and we were in the front of it. So we are on the white flag lap under caution. And yeah, it looks like we're going to finish 37th. Another first time winner this season. Looks like well, Bobby Labonte is going to finish 4th. But it's an interesting top 10 to say the least. We'll touch base on that in a second. But yeah, I mean, I was just going down the back straightaway. I'm sure I explained this in the replay, but yeah, I was driving frustrated. So I think that had a role, but we're probably switching over to them crossing the finish line or just about. So David Gilliland is going to get his first career NASCAR Sprint Cup Series win this season, followed by Michael McDowell, Juan Montoya, Bobby Labonte, Brian Vickers, John Wood in his maybe first start this season, I think. He's going to get 6th, Michael Waltrip 7th, Kevin Harvick 8th, Dave Blaney, and then Carl Edwards rounds out the top 10. Carl's probably going to take the point lead from us this week. Koppel 15th, Robbie 20th, and then Gordon's obviously in front of us 36, so I always like to see where Jeff finishes because, you know, I was a fan. But that'll do it for Daytona. 5 for 7 now. I just shouldn't have gotten so frustrated and make a stupid move, but till next time, we got Nationwide at Chicago next, so hope you all have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for the love and support, likes, comments, subscriptions, all that jazz, and until we get to Chicago in the Nationwide Series, have a good one.